questions which can be asked from the module A to E. Apart from that, first we are going to cover those topics which covers maximum number of syllabus of yours. Like there are certain topics which are very important for your paper. Like we have NPA is very important, PSL is very important, working capital chapter is very important, Basel is very important. So we are going to cover first these type of chapter which are very important for your paper, and then we will cover to those topics that is a less important we can say, but we can't ignore those topics. Okay, so let's start with the first topic that is very important, that is PSL. So first of all, you let me know what is PSL. So in a very short way we are going to cover the chapter so that we will be able to cover as much questions as we can. So first let me know what does PSL stands for. That is the priority sector lending. Do let me know what is PSL, which sectors are the part of PSL. So do make sure you are participating in the session very actively, so that we will be able to cover the more and more topics. If you being active in the session, I will be able to cover the topics very quickly. Okay, so be active in the session. So let me know what are the topics, what are the sectors in there in the PSL. Apart from that, what actually the PSL is. So can I say every sector in which banks are giving loan is a priority sector? Can we say that? Okay. So the right answer is there are certain sectors. No, you all are saying no. You can't say that all the sectors are the priority sector. There are certain sectors to which priority has been given by the Reserve Bank of India. Now, what was the reason of giving this priority? Examples are MSME, renewable energy, housing. That is correct. But I am asking why we have given priority to these sectors. What was the reason of giving priority to this sector, these sectors? So actually what happened, what is PSL is? PSL is a priority sector lending. First of all, it was introduced by Reserve Bank of India. Now do remember that you have to revise this all the topics in the very short form. Okay, so that you will be able to cover it very easy. So in 1972, it was introduced by Reserve Bank of India, the PSL. And these are those sectors which according to RBI and Government of India needs improvement, need development. So there are certain sectors according to RBI and Government of India which needs improvement and development, and after their improvement and development we will be able to develop our economy. So for the development of economy, there are certain sectors defined as a priority sector which needs improvement, which needs development. Okay, and these type of sectors are total 8 sectors. Total 8 sectors are there, which according to them is a priority sector, which according to them needs development for the development of the economy. Okay, after that, what they have to do here, what bank has to do here? So bank has to perform a selecting lending. Banks have to perform selective lending. Selective lending. Okay, what a bank has to perform? Bank has to perform a selective lending, so that banks will be giving loan to the particular important sector, improvement sector. Why we are providing these 8 sectors of more priority? Because these are those sectors which are not earning well, which are not capable of paying high rate of interest, which are not capable of giving you the high amount of collateral. But still, these are the sectors which important for the development of the country. So these are the weaker sections we can say, or these are those sectors which are not capable of generating the profit for the bank. So that's why bank do not want to give loan in these sectors. So that's why we have created these priority sector in which RBI will give the target to the banks that you have to provide this amount of loan to this particular sector, and banks have to perform that. If the bank are not performing that, the RBI will charge a penalty on the bank. So that's how we will be able to make it equally make develop equal development of all the sectors. Apart from that, we will be able to develop our economy also. Okay, now next part is that whenever we talk about the PSL, there are certain terms is there which we should remember. Now let's say if we talk about monetary policy, if you have to maintain the reserves in the monetary policy, reserves in monetary policy, then you have to calculate these reserves as a percentage of NDTL. Obviously, if you are maintaining a reserves in the monetary policy, you have to calculate these reserves on the NDTL. Then if you want to make a reserve in Basel, that is in the form of capital adequacy ratio, that should be calculated as a percentage of risk weightage asset. Okay, if you are maintaining a reserve in the Basel norms, according to Basel norms, then you have to maintain a percentage of risk-weighted asset. Now, in the third situation, if you want to give loan in PSL sector, then you have to maintain a percentage of ANBC, that is adjusted net bank credit, or CEOBE, that is stand for credit equivalent of off balance sheet exposure. Out of these two, whichever is higher. So do remember these three things which we have discussed, that in the monetary policy, you should have to maintain a percentage of NDTL. In capital adequacy ratio, or we can say in the Basel norms, you have to maintain a percentage of RWA. In case of priority sector lending, you have to give loan of the amount of ANBC or CEOBE, whichever is higher between these two. Okay, so to know what is ANBC and CEOBE, we have to understand these two topics. So ANBC is simple adjusted net bank credit. What is ANBC? It stands for adjusted net bank credit. Full form I have already told you. Now, what is this? This is the amount. This is the amount maintained. This is the amount which is maintained by banks. This is the amount maintained by banks. Okay, to provide credit after maintaining all the reserves. All the reserves. So as we know, the bank's primary function is to maintain to accept deposit, and that to be accepted from the public. So the bank's main objective or primary objective is to accept the deposit from the public and use that deposit to provide loan to another person or to do the investment in the market, right? This is the primary function of a bank. So whenever bank accept deposit, bank is not allowed to give the whole amount of deposit as a loan in the market or to the customer. So bank have to maintain a certain reserve out of its deposits, so that in future, if the customers are not repaying loan or bank is facing any kind of credit risk or liquidity risk, bank will be able to use these reserves as a security purpose. So that's what we are saying, that bank cannot give the loan of the whole amount of deposit it accepted. So what the bank has to do, bank has accepted a deposit. Out of this deposit, first bank will maintain the reserves. After maintaining all reserves like CRR, SLR, capital adequacy ratio, liquidity coverage ratio, net stable funding ratio, after maintaining all these reserves, banks are eligible to give the loan. And when the bank is eligible to give the loan after maintaining all the reserves, so this amount will be known as A and BC. This amount will be known as A and BC. Now, what is A and BC? A and BC simply equals to loans plus investment. A and BC equals to loans plus, or we can say investment. Loan plus investment, not oblique. It covers loan plus investment. Plus investment. Okay, and investment. Bank is giving loan to any kind of customer. Bank can give loan to you. Bank can give loan to me or any other person who has a collateral or who can give the third party guarantee also. So bank will provide loan to that particular customer. But then now another thing is that, like, when bank is doing investment, bank can do investment in the any market. Bank can do investment in the money market, capital market, government securities, any kind of securities. Bank can invest its money. But the problem is that if you are investing in the SLR securities, that you have maintained in the reserve form, so you don't have to calculate that in the investment. So investment will be done by the banks in the SLR security also. So when you are calculating investment here, this investment should be non-SLR security investment. This should be non-SLR security investment. These should be non-SLR security, because SLR is a kind of, we can say SLR is the reserve which has to be maintained by all the scheduled commercial bank with themselves only in form of cash, gold and security. So in SLR you already maintain the reserves in form of the security. That's not the amount you are giving to the giving as a loan, or you are investing in the money, investing money in the market. No, SLR security is the security which you have reserved with yourself as per the RBI guidelines. So that's why the loan plus investment will be your A and BC, but the investment should be non-SLR security. The SLR securities will not be counted in the investments. SLR securities are counted in the reserves. SLR securities will be counted in the reserves. Clear? Let me know till now everything is clear. What is A and BC clear to everyone? So this is A and BC adjusted net bank credit. The definition of A and BC I have written. The formula also I have written. Let me know, is it clear to all of you? Yes, okay. Everybody is writing? Yes, clear. Okay. So if you have any doubt, then do ask immediately. Otherwise, we will continue with another topic. Now, the second part is CEOBE. The full form of CEOBE stand for credit equivalent of off-balance sheet exposure. Now, what is this? This do not cover any kind of asset or liability of a bank. So, what is the liability of a bank? Simple, the public deposit. What is the asset of the bank? The loan bank is giving, the advances bank is giving to the customer. That is the asset of a bank. So what we are talking about, that credit equivalent of off balance sheet exposure, it do not include what we can say, it do not include the asset or liability of a bank. Include assets or liabilities of banks. So what will be covered under the CEOB? It covers the kind of things or kind of services of the bank which generates the kind of services of bank which generates fee income for bank. So it covers those services of a bank by which bank is generating the income. Like for example, if bank is giving bank guarantee, bank is generating income. Bank is issuing LC, bank is generating income. Bank is providing factoring, bank is generating income. So these type of things will be covered under the CEOBE. These type of things will be covered under the CEOBE. So this is the CEOBE. Now we have seen what is CEOBE, what is A and BC. Now what amount of loan should be given here? So it will be decided out of these two, the amount of whatever, the amount of in these two, whichever is higher, whichever is higher has to be used as a percentage of giving loan under the PSL sector. Okay, so the percentage of A and BC or COB, whichever is higher, has to be calculated to maintain the reserves to give the loan to the bank, to the customer of the priority sector. Okay, let me know till now everything is clear. Is there any doubt? Yes, there are total 8 sectors in the PSL. We will see the name of 8 sector, don't worry. Okay, now next. The banks has been divided into categories to provide the PSL targets to them. So RBI has divided the banks. What RBI has done? RBI has divided the bank into categories. So banks has been divided under the PSL. One second. Okay. So banks has been divided under the PSL by RBI in two categories. First, we have domestic banks to which the PSL target will be given by RBI. Second, we have foreign banks. Second, we have foreign banks to which the bank will RBI will give the target. So the domestic bank are further divided into three categories. The first category of domestic bank is your commercial banks. The first category is your commercial banks. So commercial banks will be there in the domestic banks to which the RBI has given the PSL target. The second category is your RRBs, regional rural banks. RRBs will be there. And the third category of domestic bank will be small finance bank. So these are the banks to which domestic bank criteria has been given by the Reserve Bank of India. Under the commercial bank, we have two criteria. First is public sector bank and the second one is private sector bank. These two banks will be there. Foreign banks will not be there in the domestic bank category. Although foreign banks are also commercial bank, but they are not the part of domestic bank, they are the part of foreign banks. Okay, so the second criteria is, or the second type or the category of banks is foreign bank, that is divided into two categories. And what are the two categories? On the basis of their branches. So 20 or more than 20 branches will be first category. 20 or more than 20 branches. That is the first category. Okay. And what is the second category? Second category will be less than 20 branches. So according to these categories of bank, RBI has given the target of the PSL to the bank. So do remember the categories of the bank. According to that, you have to remember the targets to given by RBI to the banks. Okay. Now let's understand the targets or sub targets. Before that, let's read the definition of PSL and all. So first of all, it is saying that banks are required to provide a part of their credit to a particular set of borrowers. So this is done to promote the development of all regions and sections equally. So we want to develop all the sections equally, but not the banks were doing so. Bank were providing loan to those type of sectors or to those type of companies or the industrialists who are providing higher rate of interest and where there is less risk to be loan to be given gone in the NPA. So banks were giving loan to those sectors only, but we needed the equal development of all the sectors, all the reason. That's why we have introduced the PSL. So it is popularly called as the rationing of credit. What are you doing? You are doing the rationing of credit, like how much loan should be given to which particular sector. Now, the provisions of these directions shall apply to every commercial bank, including your RRBs, your small finance bank, your local area bank, your primary cooperative banks, etc. To all kinds of bank, the guidelines of PSL will be applicable. Now, the sector which the Government of India and Reserve Bank of India consider as important for development of the basic needs of the country are given priority over the other sectors. Okay, so these sectors, जो RBI and Government of India think that these need improvement, these need development for the basic needs of the country. So these are the given first priority, and these sectors are known as priority sector. Now, the banks are mandated to encourage the growth of such sectors with the adequate and timely credit. Okay, so banks are mandated to encourage the growth of such sectors with adequate and timely credit. That's what the PSL is, and that's what the purpose of PSL is. Okay, now these are the eight sectors. We have agriculture, we have micro, small, medium enterprises, we have export credit, we have education, we have housing, we have social infrastructure, we have renewable energy, and others. So these are the eight sectors of PSL which we are talking about. And these eight sectors are, according to RBI and Government of India, needs improvement, needs development. Okay, these are the eight sectors. So we know housing, education, MSME. MSME stand for micro, small, and medium enterprises. We know all that. Okay, we know all these types of sectors, but what about others? What will be the others covering? What are the condition, or what are the persons or the other, we can say, sectors or entities will be there in the condition of others? So when we talk about the others category, it covers your SC and ST categories borrower. It covers your, what we can say, the facility for the to provide it to the customers belonging to the women category, so to the self-help group, small marginal farmers. All these are the customers which has been covered under the others category of the PSL. Okay, these all are covered under the other categories of the PSL. Clear? Let me know, clear till now? Okay. So others will cover your self-help group, it will cover SC/ST, it will cover a small marginal farmer, it will cover your small medium enterprises, etc. Okay, and the women borrower, SC/ST borrower also. So these are the total eight sectors to which the PSL will be given the loans according to the RBI target. After that, it is saying that the target, sub-target of priority sector, the target and sub-target set under priority sector lending to be computed on the basis of ANBC CEOBE as applicable as on the corresponding date of preceding year. Okay, and out of these two, whichever is higher, that has to be provided. Clear? Next, what has changed now? What are the new guidelines given by RBI? This is what we have seen, the basic introduction of the PSL. Now let's understand what has been changed and what are the recent target of the PSL. Okay, Anubhav, do you have the Mahapack? Do let me know. Do you have a Mahapack, or you have taken admission in the bilingual batch and you are by mistake joined that particular batch? Do let me know what is the issue first. Okay, next. So what has changed now? New activities eligible for finance under priority sector now include bank finance up to 50 crores to startup. It not used to be there, but now the RBI has added the startups in the PSL. So do remember, this is the first update that has been done, or we can say this is the new sector which has been introduced under the PSL, that the loans to the startup will be given up to the 50 crore. The second thing is loans to farmers will be given under the PSL. It used to be given earlier also, but now it will be given as to install the power plants, solar power plants for solarization of grid connected agriculture. It will give loans for setting up the compressed biogas plants also. So three new categories are there. First is your startup, up to 50 crore loan will be given. Second is to install the solar power plants for solarization of grid connected agriculture pumps. And the third one is your loans for setting the compressed biogas plants. So these are the three new sectors which has been added in the PSL. Apart from that, the high weightage has been assigned to the incremental priority sector credit in identified districts where the priority sector credit flow is comparatively low. Out of that, RBI has also said that if we talk about identified districts, first we have to identify, we have to do the survey. After doing survey, we have to identify that which particular district is having a proper PSL credit and which particular district is not. Because there is a chances that in the particular district, the comparatively low loan will be given in the PSL. So that you have to first identify, and after identifying that particular districts, you have to provide the incremental priority sector credit. Okay, incremental priority sector credit will be given to those entities or to those districts where the comparatively low fund has been given under the PSL. So this is the other important or new changes has been done by RBI. Next, we are saying agriculture specific target is also revised. Now the target prescribed for small and marginal farmers and the weaker sections being increased. Now small and marginal farmers target will be 10% and your weaker section target will be 12% and 15%. In what condition it will be 12 and in what condition it will be 15, we will see further. But do remember that these are the changes of a small and marginal farmers target and the weaker section target has been done. Apart from that, high credit limit has been specified for farmer producer organizations and the farmer producer companies undertaking the farming with assured marketing of their produce at a predetermined price. So the loan limits for renewable energy have been doubled. Now, one important thing is that one important change has been done, that the loan amount for renewable energy has been doubled. Apart from that, education loan amount has been also doubled. Okay, education loan amount has been doubled. Renewable energy loan amount has been doubled by the RBI in this new priority sector lending targets. Clear? Now let's move forward and talks about the target. So these are the target given by Reserve Bank of India under this press release. Now do understand one by one. So first we are checking the domestic commercial bank category in which RRBs will not there, small finance bank will not be there. The foreign banks with 20 branches will be there. And in the domestic bank, we will have public sector bank and the private sector bank. Public and private sector banks will be there in the domestic category. No RRB, no schedule small finance bank will be there. So public sector bank, private sector bank, and the foreign banks with 20 and above branches will be here. So all these banks have to give in the PSL loan about of 40%. Okay, of the ANBC and CUB, whichever is higher. Out of this 40%, they have to give the loan 18% of the ANBC or CUB in the agriculture out of 40%. Out of this 18%, 10% will go to the small and marginal farmer. Out of the 18%, that amount will go to the 10% amount will go to the agriculture sector, to the small and marginal farmers. Out of 40%, 7.5% will go to the micro enterprises, 12% will go to the weaker section. So this is the whole target of the PSL given to whom? It is given to the domestic commercial bank, that is public sector bank, private sector bank, as well as your next bank, that is foreign bank with 20 and more than 20 branches. Clear? Now we have the target for public sector bank. We have the target for private sector bank. And we have the target for foreign banks with 20 or more than 20 branches. More than 20 branches. Okay, these banks have a target of how much amount of money it should be given. The target is the total loan they have to give in the PSL. The total PSL will be 40%. Always remember this percentage of ANBC or CUBE will be there. One second, let me write it very clearly So it will be easy for all of you to remember. Or do make a short note like I am writing here. Okay, do make a short note of all the target like I am writing here, because PSL targets are very important. So I am writing in a very specific way that the banks, these are the banks, and they have to give in the total PSL 40% loan, and that 40% of your ANBC or your CEOBE, whichever is higher, whichever is out of this total PSL of 14%, 18% amount will go to the agriculture. And this percentage will always be of your ANBC or COBE, whichever is higher to remember. 18% will go to the agriculture. Okay, this is the target. Out of this 18%, 10% will go to the small and marginal farmer, SFM. SMF, sorry, that is a small and marginal farmer. Out of 18, 10% will go to the small and marginal farmer. Now, out of this total PSL, next target will be there. 7.5% amount will go to the micro enterprises. Micro enterprises. Okay. Then out of this total 40%, the 12% amount will be go to the weaker section. Weaker section. Okay. So this is the target. This is what the target for the public sector bank, private sector bank, and the foreign bank who have branches 20 or more than 20 branches. Clear? So do make note the short note for these banks target like this, so that at the time of exam you will be able to revise it again in a very short manner. Okay, this is the target for the public sector bank. The whole target we have discussed. Now let's come to the second target which RBI has given to the foreign banks with less than 20 branches. It is very simple and it is very easy to remember. These all banks have to give 40% amount of their ANBC or CEOBE to the PSL, out of which 32% go to the exports and 8% to go to the another sector. Like I will write here, the target is for foreign banks. The target is for foreign banks. This is the second bank category we are talking about. So foreign with less than 20, with less than 20 branches have to give total PSL of 40%. Okay. Out of this 40%, 32% will go to the export credit. 32% should go to the export credit and 8% should go to the particular sector which are remaining in the PSL. This is the target for the foreign banks. And they don't have agriculture target, they don't have micro enterprises target, and they don't have weaker section target. So these are the foreign banks target with 20, with the less than 20 branches, okay, which we have discussed. Now next we have a RRB's target. So RRB's target is very simple. Let me write here. So these banks we have seen here. Now I am erasing these banks. Now I'm coming to the RRBs. Okay, target of RRBs. I'm writing in this particular statements also. Now the RRBs target will be like this. RRB, Regional Rural Bank. So regional rural banks have to give 75% of their ANBC or CEOBE, whichever is higher, to the total PSL. Out of that, 18% will go to the agriculture. Out of that 18%, 10% will go to the small and marginal farmers. Okay. Now 7.5 go to the weaker section, sorry, micro enterprises. But in the case of weaker section, it will be 15%. In case of RRBs, the target will be of 15%. Okay. Clear? In case of weaker section, in which particular type of bank? In type of RRBs. So in RRBs, the loan amount of weaker sections will be 15%. Do remember that. In only RRB, 15% will go to the weaker section. Now, next type of bank, which the target we have to discuss, that is a small finance bank. We have to discuss the target of a small finance bank. Now, a small finance bank have to give total 75% of their ANBC or COBE, whichever is higher to the total PSL. Okay. Out of that, 18 will go to the agriculture, 10 will go to the small and marginal farmers. 7.5 will go to the micro enterprises out of total 75% of ANBC and COBE loan. And the weaker section will be 12%. Weaker section will be 12%. So this is the target given by Reserve Bank of India to the RRB, to the small finance bank, with the to the foreign banks with less than 20 branches, foreign banks with more than 20 branches, and also the commercial bank will include public sector and private sector bank. Okay, so I hope all the target has been clear to all of you. So this is the press release of RBI in which RBI has given the target. You can see these bank have 40%, these bank has 40%, RRB has 75, a small finance bank have 75. Out of which 18 go to the agriculture, 10 go to the small and marginal farmer. Not applicable. 18 go to the agriculture, 10 go to the small and marginal farmer. 18 go to the agriculture, 10 go to the small and marginal farmer. Same targets. Okay. Now in micro enterprises, 7.5 not applicable, 7.5 and 7.5 equal. Now in weaker section, 12% not applicable, 15% in case of RRB. Do remember that. 12% in case of small and marginal, sorry, a small finance bank. This is the target for the banks RBI has given. Clear? Now let's move to the other target that RBI has given, that the category of bank is urban cooperative banks, and that urban will be primary urban cooperative bank. Okay, about the primary urban cooperative bank. Clear? Now, what is urban cooperative bank target is 40% of ANBC or COB should go to the total PSL sector. But this target has to be changed, and it has given year on year target. Like till the 2020, they have to give 40% of ANBC or COB, whichever is higher. Then until 2021, it raised to 45%. In 22, it raised to 50%. Right now, primary urban cooperative banks are giving loan of 50% to the agriculture sector or all the priority sectors, and that is a percent of ANBC or COB, whichever is higher. And till the March 2023, they have to extend to the 60%, and March 2024, they have to extend to the 75%. So from the March 2024, RRBs, small finance bank, and urban primary cooperative banks will have a 75% target of PSL. Okay, now. So micro enterprises will have 7.5 and weaker section will have 12% for primary urban cooperative banks. Now the small marginal farmers and weaker section target has been given, but this target will be changed year to year basis. Like if we talk about a small and marginal farmer and weaker section, till 2020-21 it was used to be 8 and 10%. Then in 2021-2022 it used to be 2009% and 11%. From the 1st April 2022, it has started to be 9.5% here in the small marginal farmer and 11.5 for the weaker section. And from the year 2023 to 24, it will be 10% for small and marginal farmers and 12% for weaker sections. Okay. And this 12% target for RRBs will be 15%. For RRBs, it will be 15%. The note RBI has given here that weaker section target for RRB will continue to be 15% of ANBC COB, whichever is higher. And also, this is not applicable to urban cooperative banks. This is also written by RBI. So this is the target for small marginal farmers, and the weaker section that we have seen that year on year basis, they have to increase their PSL targets. Okay, so do remember all these target in very detail, and each and every target should be very clearly remembered to you because the questions can be asked from here. Okay, now the certain important points are there related to the infrastructure or housing and education loan, etc. We will going to cover that in points. Till now, let me know, is there any doubt to anyone? What does CEOB stand for? CEOB stand for credit equivalent of off balance sheet exposure. Credit equivalent of off balance sheet exposure, that is CEOB. Should I continue? Okay, continue. So next is housing category. Like in housing, there is a category or the amount of loan has been defined. So in housing category, it has said the cities has been differentiated. Like first we are talking about metropolitan centers, and here we will talk about the non metropolitan centers. Okay. Now, here the loan value will be given. Loans to individual up to 35 lakh. Loans to individual up to 35 lakh will be given. 35 lakhs will be given. Okay. Out of which the costing of the house should be up to 45 lakhs, not more than that, up to 45 lakhs. So like the loan in the metro cities to the individual for housing sector will be given up to 35 lakh, but the costing of that particular house should be up to 45 lakh. If the costing is around 45 lakh, then the loan of the 35 lakh will be given. Okay. Apart from that, the second condition is here that in case of you want to reconstruct. Okay. Now the repair condition is there in case of repairing of house. In case of repairing or for to repair the house, the loan up to 10 lakh will be given. The loan up to 10 lakh will be given to the metropolitan centers. Okay. This is the housing loan criteria for the metropolitan centers. Now let's talk about non-metropolitan centers. Here, the loan amount, loan to individual up to 25 lakh will be given. Loans to individual up to what amount? 25 lakh will be given. Okay. And the costing of house should be, the costing of house should be up to 30 lakh. Then 25 lakh will be available for a loan for the non metropolitan centers. Now also in case of repairing, you will get the loan in the non metropolitan center, and that loan will be up to rupees 6 lakh. That loan will be up to rupees 6 lakhs. So this is the condition of the housing. So these are the condition of the housing loan under the PSL has been given. Okay. And do remember these four amounts. These are very important. What is the loan amount? What is the costing amount? What is the repairing amount should be given. So these are very important targets of housing under the PSL. You have to remember that. Okay. Apart from that, we have seen that the startups will be able to get the loan. So here the startups will be able to get loan up to 50 crores. Okay, up to 50 crores. And the startup definition will be given by the ministry, like which particular company will count as a startup, which is able to take loan crores. Okay. In case of education loan will be and the loan amount will be the education loan will be given there and the loan amount will be 20 lakhs. It used to be 10 lakhs, but it increased to 20 lakhs. Okay. Apart from that, there are certain social infrastructure conditions has been given or has been target has been given. That is social infrastructure targets. So what are the social infrastructure target? First, we have to build schools. Okay. Apart from that, to build drinking water facility. Drinking water facility. Then we have sanitation facility. Sanitation facility will be covered, and the loan up to rupees 5 crore will be given. Okay, the loans up to rupees 5 crore will be given. Now the second condition is health infrastructure. The second condition is health infrastructure. Okay, second is health infrastructure, and the health infrastructure cover up to 10 crore. So loan will be given up to 10 crore to the health infrastructure, but this loan will be given under the Ayushman Bharat. It will be covered under the Ayushman Bharat scheme. Acha, what is Ayushman Bharat scheme? Let me know. What is the Ayushman Bharat scheme and what are the components of Ayushman Bharat scheme? What are components of Ayushman Bharat scheme? So Under the social infrastructure for development of the school facility, loan up to 5 crores will be given. And for the health infrastructure, loan up to 10 crore will be given, but that will be given under the Ayushman Bharat. It means it will be given for the health infrastructure also. Loan will be given for the health infrastructure also. Ayushman Bharat was introduced to provide the comprehensive coverage of the health facility to the public, because right now the healthcare medical care is a sectoral or segmented approach. Like not everybody is having a life insurance, not everybody is having a term policy, not everybody is having a healthcare benefits or medical care benefits. The reason behind is the premium are so high that people are not able to pay those premium. So that's why under the National Health Policy 2017, we have talked about that we have to make sure that this segmented or sectoral approach should be converted into what? Comprehensive approach. Like everybody should have the healthcare and medical benefits. So that's why we have introduced the Ayushman Bharat scheme. There are two components. First is your health and wellness center. Second is your the Pradhan Mantri Jan Arogya Yojana. So these are the two components. So health and wellness centers provide the primary healthcare services, and Pradhan Mantri Jan Arogya Yojana provides the secondary and tertiary healthcare services. Okay, so under the uh, healthcare sector or health infrastructure, social infrastructure, the loan will be given of the around 10 crores under the Ayushman Bharat scheme. Okay. Now, apart from that, there are target of renewable energy is also there. One second, let me write down here. The renewable target is also there. Renewable energy target. So the renewable energy target total amount is 30 crores. So total loan should be given around of 30 crores. It used to be 15 crore. It is doubled now. So it will become the 30 crores target. Okay, or the loan amount can be given. And for which purpose? What kind of renewable energy will be provided here? What kind of services will be used here? So for the street light system, for a street light system, this loan will be given. Apart from that, remote village electrification, remote village electrification. Okay. Apart from that, windmills. Apart from that, we have solar based. Okay. Apart from that, we have solar based power generation. Next. After that, we have biomass based power generation. Biomass based power generation. Okay. Then these are the etc. These are the uses of the renewable energy loan. For these all purposes, you can take the renewable energy loan. Okay. Apart from that, under the renewable energy loan, individual households also can take loan. So for individual households to have that solar panel on the roof. You have seen that many houses are using solar panels at their roof. For that purpose, the individual household will be able to take loan, and that loan amount will be 10 lakh per borrower. That loan amount will be 10 lakh per borrower. Clear? So these are the total targets which is given by Reserve Bank of India under the PSL, and these are the updated targets. So do make sure you remember each and every target. That is very important. Right? Now let's practice certain questions on the PSL. As I have told you, this is a very important target. So we have to cover the practice questions also. So one second, let me share the PPT. Okay, here it is. So you have to answer that what according to you is the correct option, and then I will let you know that is it correct or not. Okay, so first question is asking, as per RBI guidelines, what is the priority sector lending target for a small finance bank? The target we have seen na Anubhav, the target of acha, you are talking about the renewable energy and all that type of target. Yes, these targets are for the all the types of banks. But as per the criteria, like if we talk about the foreign banks with less than 20 branches, they only have to give loan to the export credit and the 8% will be given to the rest of the particular sector. So according to the major targets given by RBI, according to that, these sub targets will be fulfilled. Okay, Anubhav? Now, what is the target for PSL under the small finance bank? Very good, right? It will be 75% of ANBC or COBE, whichever is higher, will be every time will be silent. Okay, if you have not seen percentage of what, then you should remember ANBC or COBE, whichever is higher, will be the right answer. Okay, so right will be 75%. Now, what is the target percentage of ANBC or COBE is prescribed by RBI for PSL under agriculture sector for scheduled commercial banks? Is it 18%, 12%, 40%, 7.5%? For scheduled commercial bank under the agriculture. Very good. That is 18%. Right answer will be your 18%. Correct. Then what is the land holding for farmers to be considered as a small farmers? What will be the land holding of farmers to be considered as a small farmers? Is it up to 1 hectare, up to 2.5 hectare, more than 1 hectare and up to 2 hectare or having no land? Okay, this answer you guys are giving wrong. The right answer will be your C option. More than 1 hectare and up to 2 hectare. So up to 1 hectare it will be a marginal farmer. Up to 2 hectare it will be a marginal farmers. And the small farmers will be more than 1 hectare and up to 2 hectares. So right answer will be C. Okay, do remember these target or the land holding of the small and marginal farmers. So marginal will have up to 1 hectare land and small will have more than 1 hectare but up to 2 hectares. Next. What does CEOBE stands for? What is the full form of CEOBE? What is the full form of CEOBE? Credit equivalent of off-balance sheet exposure, cash equivalent of off-balance sheet exposure, current equivalent of off-balance sheet exposure. Very good. So right answer will be credit equivalent of off-balance sheet exposure. Next. What is the target for weaker section of society to be achieved by the scheduled commercial bank? Weaker section target by scheduled commercial bank. Is it 18, 12, 40 or 7.5? Anubhav, do check what question is asking. Question is asking about the weaker section. You are telling me the target of micro enterprises. Do read questions very carefully. Do make focus on the keywords of the question. Right answer will be weaker section 12% for scheduled commercial bank. Why you are saying D? Praveen is also saying D. Why it will be D? 7.5 is for the micro enterprises, not for the weaker sections. Right answer will be B. Next. What is the target for micro enterprises to be achieved by scheduled commercial bank? Low. I have given the answer of this question already. What is the target for micro enterprises to be achieved by the scheduled commercial bank? Now it will be 7.5, right? It will be 7.5. Clear. Next. What is the target for weaker section of the society to be achieved by the RRBs, regional rural banks? So the target of weaker section achieved by RRBs. Is it 18, 12, 15, 7.5 or none? Veera, do read the question again. What type of bank we are talking about? Read it. I have already highlighted this point that the weaker section in RRB is 15%, but for all the commercial banks or all the foreign banks, it will be 12%. And also for a small finance bank. For every bank, it will be 12%, but for RRB in the weaker section, it will be 75%. Again repeated, I have again repeated, do remember it. Next. What is the amount under education loan for a study will come under PSL? So what amount of loan will be given under the education category of the PSL? 10 lakh, 20 lakh, 5 crore, 1 lakh, 10, none of the above. It has been double. Okay, yes, very good. It used to be 10 lakh, but now it has been double. So right now answer will be 20 lakhs. Clear. Next. What is the loan amount under the renewable energy will be given under PSL? The loan amount under the renewable energy. Is it 10 lakh, 20 crore, 30 crore, 15 lakh? None of the above. So it is also double. It used to be 15 crores. Now, why you are guys giving the wrong answer? I'm not talking about the individual household, the total renewable energy we are talking about. So the right answer will be your 30 crores. The loan amount under renewable energy. So total we are asking. We are not talking about the individual or anything else. So right answer will be your 30 crores. Okay. It used to be 15. Now it has increased from 15 to 30 crores. Next. What is the loan amount under renewable energy for individual households will be given under the PSL? Now the question is asking about the individual households loan. What will be A, B, C, D or E? Which of the following will be correct? Now you guys are giving wrong answers. Some are saying right, but others are saying wrong answer. Don't be so much excited about knowing the question that I know everything and I will click it. This is talking about 10 crore and you guys are saying A is the right answer. Why you are saying just focus on the unit also? Now it is talking about 10 crore, but we have only 10 lakh. So right answer will be none of the above. So two or three persons have given the right answer. Rest were going with the uh, 10 crore. So do make sure the 10 lakh amount is there, not 10 crore. And somebody said 20 lakh is there. 20 lakh is a target, but it is for the education, not for the renewable energy. Okay, so do remember the amount according to the term which we have studied. That in which sector how much amount of loan will be given. Okay, do remember that. Clear? Acha, let me know in the out of 10 questions how many you have answered first clearly. Out of 10, how many answers you have given correct about the PSL? It should be 10 out of 10. Rajat got 10, Gopal got 9, Anubhav got 7. Rajat, how you can say 10 out of 10? Right now you said 9. 9, 8, 10. Okay. So 8, 9, 10, 8, 9, 10, everybody has got. 2% got 10 out of 10. Other was giving, no, 3%. The Rajat, Natrajan and Shekhar got 10 out of 10. And rest are getting 8, 9 or 7. Okay. So these are the targets of PSL which are very important. Okay. RBI asked about the PSL target very much. So do remember what are the target of PSL. And if you have covered the categories also, like what are the farm credit categories in agriculture, non-farm corporate activities, all these targets are also there. Okay. So you have to cover these targets which you have studied and make a short note like I have to explain you in the session so that at the time of the exam you will be able to read the short notes only. Clear? Now let me know, is there any doubt in today's session? Is there any particular doubt in today's session? So this is how we are going to cover the topic in the short way, but we will cover the maximum out of it. No doubts? Everything is clear? Okay. So let's end the session here. We will continue tomorrow from the next topic, like for the revision purpose, and also make sure you are revising the session regularly. Okay, like we have studied the PSL, do revise it once before the next class so that it will be easy for all of you to memorize the datas. Okay, that is very important because the subject is theoretical and in theoretical subject you have to do the multiple revisions. So do not forget to do the multiple revisions. And also if you are not giving the test series, then start giving the test series because you should have the experience how to give online test. Okay, don't go directly and do a hit and try condition in the main exam because this is the last chance to clear this exam on the basis of the old syllabus without negative marking. So also there are test series available on the application. You can go for that. If you are not enrolled in the Mahapack, then you can go for the test series and start giving the mock test also, so that we will be able to qualify the exam in this particular exam term also. Okay. So yes, you can see the video that will be available in the recorded form, Dhrati. Dhrati. Okay. After 4 to 5 hours, recorded video will be. Hello everyone. Good evening to all of you. So as we all know, there are very less days remaining for our exam, and the first paper of our JIB is the Principles and Practices of Banking. So in the last days, we have to revise all the content we have covered in the past few months. So for that, we have introduced a revision batch for all of you. And I hope you have all have seen the demo of the revision batch and you liked it. If you like it and if you want to enroll in a particular batch, you can go to the Adda 24/7 application. Now, how to enroll in this particular batch, I will tell you the process. So first of all, you have to go to the Adda 24/7 website, and if you have an application, that will be a better option for all of you because you will get 1% additional discount there. So go to the JAIIB and CAIIB section, and after going to the JAIIB CAIIB section, you have to look for the JAIIB November December English batch, in which you will find the first batch, that's a revision batch of all the three subjects PPB, AFB and LRB. Click on the particular batch and you can see the details and study plan of the batch. Everything is available. To enroll here, you have to click on the buy now. After clicking on the buy now, you will find this particular window and you have to use a code Y496 and apply this code here, and you will find here the 80% discount is going on. And by using the application, you will get 1% additional discount and you will get 81% discount on this particular product. And you will find this particular product of your revision batch classes of all the three subjects only after paying 700 rupees, and the validity will be 3 months. So it is obvious that will be available for all of you to revise multiple times before your exam. So this is how you can enroll in this particular batch. To enroll, you have to visit the application and you have to use a code Y496. And right now, today the off is going on 81%. That is the last day for the 81% off. So do make sure you enroll as soon as possible to get the 81% discount offer. So thank you for watching and take care.